It's an Optimism Wednesday, and so we're going to speak with great optimism about the Indianapolis Colts, about the Indiana Pacers, and about Indiana football. Not a lot of reason for optimism last night in the last 3 minutes of the game between Purdue and Nebraska at Nebraska, but Purdue finds a way to pull it out in overtime. Kind of unbelievable. Gacking up a 14-point lead in under less than the last 2 minutes, right? Like 2:45 left. They lose a 14-point lead. They go to overtime, find a way to pull it out. We'll talk about that just a little bit. And the Pacers finding a way to win in New York City against the New York Knicks, absolutely unforgivable and ridiculous. They had every opportunity to pull out a respectable loss, and they crapped it up. Ridiculous. What are you, idiots? It's like hitting 17 against a 6 in a casino. What's the matter with you? You want to lose? You want to win a championship? The losses over these last 28 games are the price you pay. You out of your minds? What's the matter with you? This is Breakfast with Kent for Wednesday, February 11th, 2026, brought to you by the great people at Today's Dentistry. Dr. Mike O'Neill, the best dentist in the world, my only dentist the last 33 years. You want to go to a great dentist? That's not a question. It's a statement. And Dr. Mike O'Neill's great. So make the call. 317-849-2933 is the number. Become a member, because when you become a member, you get privileges. And among the privileges, the Coffee with Kent on Saturday mornings, which is it's a sensation, to tell you the truth. It's unbelievable. I answer all comments. It's a lot of fun. We have a great time. Maybe sensation is a little bit strong, but what the hell? Subscriptions. Hit the join button. You must be a subscriber to win swag like this Antoine Walker autographed Celtics jersey that's unbelievably cool. How many people in your neighborhood have an autographed Celtics jersey by Antoine Walker? The answer is none. You can be the first. So become a subscriber. That's how you become eligible. And then you use the phrase that pays to gain an entry. I fill out a ticket with your name on it. We put it in the incredible prize bucket. We draw 10 tickets out of the incredible prize bucket, and we affix them to the fabulous prize wheel. We spin the wheel, and that person on Thursday afternoon, tomorrow afternoon, will get that Antoine Walker jersey. How about that? So just hit subscribe, do that, and then your entry is the phrase that pays. And the phrase that pays is, what are you doing, Pacers? I know it's a long phrase that pays, but I'm furious about that win last night. I mean, what the hell are they doing? Absolutely ridiculous. No excuse for winning a game that's that close against a superior opponent. Nobody is going to assert or somehow accuse you of tanking when you lose an overtime game to the New York Knicks. That's easy enough. Now tonight, can you blow the game against the Nets and somehow, counter my anger and assuage my anger with a loss tonight in Brooklyn? Make sure and smash that like button. And if you want to make a donation, no big whoop, but please include a comment or a question that elevate the level of discourse on the channel. What are we doing, Pacers? I mean, let's not be stupid about this. You have no chance to go to the playoffs. There is no reason to win any of these games. You gain no advantage whatsoever from winning, period. All right, let's talk about the Indianapolis Colts on this Optimism Wednesday. I'm very optimistic. In fact, I am utterly confident that Daniel Jones is going to be the starting quarterback for the Indianapolis Colts in the 2026 season. He's recovering on time, on target from that Achilles, a little bit ahead, if you ask people. And he may be ready to throw during OTAs and then during training camp, and he's going to be good to go. They're going to sign him as a free agent. They're going to sign him to an extension. They're not going to have to franchise him. The franchise tag cost is like $47 million. If Daniel Jones was guaranteed healthy for 17 games this upcoming season, he's not worth $47 million. You're not going to do that. You're not going to hamstring your efforts to re-sign others and get this roster right in other spots. A lot of what Daniel Jones did in 2025 that led to the Colts' 7-1 start was because the opponents during that 7-1 start included 2 games against the Tennessee Titans, 1 against the Raiders, 1 against the Cardinals. They played a schedule that was cupcake easy. And Daniel Jones, though, he was good enough to beat the cupcakes. That's all you got to be to win the AFC South. So they're going to sign him to an extension. It's going to be $34 million a year, something like that, 3 or 4 years. And he's going to be the quarterback for the Colts. Shane Steichen loves working for him. Nobody with the Colts has articulated any version of future events that doesn't include Daniel Jones as the starting quarterback for this team. He will be the quarterback, and they will sign him to a multi-year extension. The reason that it hasn't been done yet, it's procedural. All right? There are advantages that can be gained by doing it later rather than earlier. During the season, there's just no reason to do it. And before free agency starts, there's no reason to do it because Daniel Jones is not more valuable to any other franchise in the NFL than he is to the Colts. It's just that simple. And like I said, the franchise tag will not be used. No chance that Jones won't be back. 0. One thing to watch, engaging, and the franchise tag won't be used because you need that in your pocket. You can only franchise one, right? And Alec Pierce is the guy that you franchise if you have to. If he won't agree to an extension, you franchise him and it'll cost $28 million. I'm not sure that that's worth it, but it's worth it a hell of a lot more than Daniel Jones is the 46 or 47. So Alec Pierce, need him, or else it doesn't matter who the hell your quarterback is because you aren't going to have anybody to throw to. You're going to have Michael Pittman Jr., who has trouble getting open at this point in his career. You're going to have Josh Downs. You're going to have Tyler Warren. Anthony Richardson can't do that. Of course he could. Daniel Jones, you need because Alec Pierce is going to be there. Or a reasonable facsimile of Alec Pierce, and the Colts ain't going to be able to get a reasonable facsimile of Alec Pierce. What's going to be interesting during this offseason is who they extend. And those extensions, they can be signed during camp. It's not like they're going to open free agency with extensions, right? They're going to see where they can go get lift to the roster in free agency, figure out where they are cap-wise, and offer extensions to some, if not all, of these players. Taylor, Buckner, Nelson, Stewart, Moore, Pittman. Are you going to extend those guys or are you not? I think you're going to extend Pittman maybe solely to get that $29 million nut for 2026 negotiated down. That's his cap hit for 26. You've got to move that down the road. You got to split that among 2 other years and get that thing right. Or you got real problems and you're not going to be able to sign free agents. If Daniel Jones is going to hit the books at $34 million, which is $20 million more than last year, and Michael Pittman's going to hit the books at $29 million, you're going to have a tough time rubbing 2 nickels together to sign free agents. Expectations for IU football, through the roof, right? And by the way, IU football's pro day is going to be April Fool's Day. Oddly enough, it's going to be April 1st down at the Mellencamp Pavilion, and Fernando Mendoza is going to throw. He's going to try to put Cooper and Surratt in the most favorable light. Fisher's going to work out. D'Angelo Pons will work out. It'll be a lot of fun, a lot of scouts down there looking at guys. This will be the most interest shown by the NFL in an Indiana class in forever, right? Fisher, Pons, Surratt, Cooper, all could wind up going in the first 4 rounds. And Mendoza is going to be the number 1 overall draft pick, in all likelihood, by the Las Vegas Raiders. Does he have a set big enough to say, no, to Mark Davis? I'm not coming. And then to say, look, don't trade me to the Jets either, because I'm not signing with the Jets. Now, you want to go downstream in the draft and make trades, you go ahead. But I'm not coming to you, and I'm not going to the Jets, and I would really rather not play for the Arizona Cardinals either. No offense, but all three of y'all owners suck. So I think that's a conversation that should be had. I don't know whether Mendoza will have it. But the expectations for IU football are so outrageous at this point. People are thinking, you know what? Yeah, we can repeat. Stop that. Enjoy what it is. Don't sit through the offseason and build your expectations to the point where Indiana can't hit them. They're not going to be, I don't think, that it is unlikely. It's an Optimism Wednesday. It's less than a coin toss that Indiana is going to repeat as a national champion. So Josh Hoover may be the next Fernando Mendoza, but who's going to be the next Cooper? Who's going to be the next Surratt? Who's going to be the next Hemby? And I know they got the kid. Who's going to be the next Black? Who's going to be the next Nowakowski? Fisher, Kamara, Pons, Moore. You got a lot of talent that you got to replace on this roster. So why don't we be the sane people? How about Indiana football fans are the sane ones who look at the upcoming year and say, you know what? Whatever happens, happens. Let's enjoy it. And if they go to the Pop-Tart Bowl, hey, you know what? I'm going because I had a hell of a time through the college football playoff, seeing a bunch of old friends, and it was awesome. So let's be those people, not the people like these idiots from Alabama who are like, if we don't win a national championship, this is an outrage. They're out to screw us, and they're out to screw the SEC. Or the lunkheads up in St. Joe County who are Notre Dame fans. They're like, Notre Dame should be the national champ every year. It's a disgrace when they're not in the college football playoff. A disgrace to college football, I tell you. No, it's not. Idiots. Let's not be idiots. Let's coach ourselves up to where we enjoy whatever the hell happens with Curt Cignetti moving forward. I think that his principles of building a winning program are so sound that I think Indiana, year after year after year, they're going to find a way to be their best selves. Now, believing that that means that you're going to beat Ohio State like Ohio State used to beat Indiana, that's craziness. So let's not go there. They're still going to be really good. Georgia's still going to be really good. All the teams that were in the college football playoff this year, Miami's going to be really good. So let's take a deep breath and understand that enjoying a fall is a hell of a lot more fun than being frustrated through a fall. So let's not be those people. Okay? Makes sense? Purdue. Oh, by the way, they host UConn tonight at Hinkle Fieldhouse. I think we're getting to a point where Butler's got to figure out what it wants to do with that basketball program. Tell you the truth, I don't think Thad Matta's the guy. It just doesn't look like he is. Thad Matta's a really good coach. I don't know who you go get to rebuild this thing, but it has fallen. Butler's become kind of, it's got more in common with DePaul than it does with Villanova. Purdue last night, 87-7 winners over Nebraska. They were ahead by 14 with under 3 minutes left, gacked up the entire lead. Nebraska had a free throw with like 10 seconds left to take a lead and force Purdue to score on its last possession to keep their hopes alive. They missed the foul shot. And that's life. Purdue, I'll tell you what, Fletcher Lawyer, you got to love Fletcher Lawyer because that dude will not stop shooting. Last night, I was yelling at the TV, stop it. Just stop it. He wouldn't. Just kept shooting. Didn't make a lot. 4 of 17 shooting threes. 17. He missed 13 threes. It ain't easy to have a coach so in love with the way you shoot that you can be allowed to miss 13 threes. Pacers last night, 137-134. They win over the Knicks in overtime. What are you doing? Siakam with 30 points. What, are you out of your minds? How do you justify this? You can't win these games. Your future depends on losing these games. Stop winning. Are you insane? What is the matter with you? Just stop it. It is. It's like hitting 17 at a blackjack table. You got 17, dealers got 6. Stick. You out of your mind? What is going on with the Pacers? Let's celebrate some birthdays. I'm optimistic that they're going to find a way to lose tonight at Brooklyn. That's my optimism. Dockage said the other day, Butler won't ever win until they invest in their arena. It's a crazy arena, and no kid wants to come play there. I don't believe that. I'm not going to argue with Dan about college basketball, but they won 15 years ago. They were winning less than 10 years ago. Holtman had that thing winning. So they played great games less than 10 years ago against Villanova when Villanova was a top 5 team. I think you can win at Butler. Absolutely. Birthdays. Jordan Kraft, happy birthday. T. Scott Skaggs, Josh Demibo, happy birthday. Gary Lowe, Mark Adams, Mark Fontaine, Ward T. Milton, happy birthday. If today's your birthday, celebrate like hell. If it's not your birthday, celebrate somebody else. That's best done with an honest and specific compliment. Lift each other up. Don't pull each other down. Become a subscriber, and you can win this jersey Thursday signed by the great Antoine Walker. Great at basketball, not at financial planning. We'll talk to you later today and on the radio at 9 o'clock. 98.7 The Zone in Bloomington and anywhere at 98.7, I think it's thezonebloomington.com.